They say you can find beauty anywhere, even in the midst of despair. And granted, you have to work harder at finding some beauty than others. Now, but on Wake Up Nigeria, every weekday morning, we serve you something so extraordinarily beautiful that you have to behold it yourself to believe. On Wednesdays, now, we go even further by bringing you all the beautiful ladies on the show just for you to start your morning in a beautiful way. Have you guessed it? Have you guessed it yet? The word of the day is beautiful, and it's also why we have MM and Chef Blossom serving you some beautiful smiles. Can you see it? Can you see it? Oh, give them! Now you don't have to give my introduction, my ego boom, my fire breather, the one and only, her royal gorgeousness, the delectable. Oh, and of course we have the Chef Blossom.
Good morning. Hi.
Good morning.
Hi, Topper. Good morning. How are you doing today,
I'm doing very well.
It's
Chef
so good
Blossom,
to
how are
see
you?
Very well, thank you. Good morning.
Chef Blossom is always so cool. Like,
I
it's like the morning weather. Calm.
Yes, now can you tell already it's going to be a beautiful day, and we will kick things off with an amazing 1 hour and 45 minutes of Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Tokwe Oloniyo. Now, you can stream this show live at tvcentertainment.tv, and you can also watch live on Facebook at TVC Connect. Now, you can catch up all your missed episodes, your missed favorite segments on our YouTube channel, and send in your comments on all our social media platforms at TVC Connect. That's on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'll definitely love to connect with you. Now, remember to use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC to be a part of the conversation. So now, when you're on Twitter or you're on Facebook, on Instagram, use the hashtag so we do not miss your comments, because there's so much we're going to be discussing today on social media and what's up and about. Now, what do we have for you for the next 1 hour, 45 minutes? We're starting off with nutrition, where we will bring an expert to give you tips to a healthier lifestyle. And today we have Ineka Ogboy, who is a baby food entrepreneur with a certificate in child nutrition from the University of Windsor. Relationship, we have Sandra Odufaderi, who is a marriage and relationship expert and a radio presenter. She will be letting us know at what points do you seek help in your relationship or your marriage. This is very important. You want to stick with us.
And of course, some people will be showing off because they have fine natural hair.
My dear,
My head
don't
is
blame
fine,
me.
though, so please.
don't not blame
Show
me. Yes,
But it's looking smaller. What happened? Did you deliberately?
yeah, I try to like tuck it in
Because
so that
it should
it's
show
not
you the glory
everywhere.
of
Yeah.
And I real the glory. Good morning, ladies.
morning.
Good to
How
see you
you
again. Good to
doing?
see you. How are you feeling this morning?
Oh well, I'm hanging in there, to be
Even the
honest.
fire breathers. The fire breathers hang in. But speaking of which, I told her I'm not going to call her fire breather anymore, because we did have a very emotional conversation over the weekend. And I looked at her and said, this girl is not a fire breather after all. She's just
a
cutting candy. Like you just put water on her, she just...
You now expose yourself to a talk, man.
But I mean, her legs are still hanging.
Why are you like
Anyways, so it turns out that Elsa and Elena are also ill. They're recovering, actually.
Okay.
They're fine. And yesterday, getting back from the hospital, and you know how kids are. The kids, they become so needy. And then one wanted me to carry, both of them came, they wanted me to carry both of them, so I had to put... And then at some point, I carried both of them. I wasn't feeling well, but I actually carried both of them.
I can't imagine MM as a mom.
Yeah, trust me, you don't want to actually.
I know baby girl MM.
And then I looked at my husband then. He was sitting on the couch, and I'm like, what are you going to have for dinner? And he goes like, I shouldn't worry that, you know, the maid would sort him out, that I should, you know, because I guess he actually understood, you know, everything that was going on with me. And I think it was that at that moment that it resonated with me that, oh my God, you are a mother, MM. Like, wow. You are like legit
a mom.
A mom.
But how did you feel in that moment where you realized that it is you that they need?
It felt good, actually, you know, to feel needed. It feels, I mean, there's something about with children. There's just that pure innocence, and you know, I don't even know how to explain it. Trust me, Tokwe. It's indescribable, that feeling.
But there's something flying in the air, Sha. Children are really falling ill.
I was going to say I'm protected.
With what?
By the blood of Jesus.
Children.
See, I know Tokwe is planning to pay for surrogacy. So if you are interested in doing that for her,
I don't know.
you can just start DMing her.
Do not listen to Mary. Don't listen
This
to her.
one has to be a baby girl for life.
Off her mic.
Physically and in every way.
I left the island, it was raining. I got to the mainland, it was not raining.
Dry.
Please, can you let me know what the weather is looking like in Nigeria today? T for thanks. Welcome to the news update on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Tokwe Olowoniyo. The House of Representatives Committee on Works is in Lagos to conduct an on-the-spot assessment of the road projects under construction in the southwestern part of the country. The team says an inspection, which is part of their oversight functions as lawmakers, is to ensure all projects are completed before the expiration of President Buhari's administration. Sarah Ayeku reports.
This is a routine check on road infrastructure in the southwestern part of Nigeria. The first stop is Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria. The House of Representatives Committee on Works hopes to address funding, technical and other issues affecting quality and speedy completion of road projects in Lagos State. After taking briefings from the Ministry of Works, the committee could not agree more that Lagos State deserves more roads because of its importance to the economy of Nigeria and West Africa.
Lagos is very important in Nigeria. It is the commercial and business nerve center of the entire West Africa. So that's why Lagos is very critical, it's very key. It has the two major seaports and the biggest international airports in the nation. So Lagos deserves more road connections, special concession. And that's why we are really paying more attention for Lagos State.
The Chairman House of Representatives Committee on Works says the National Assembly is committed to providing adequate funding for all road projects in Lagos before 2023. Speaking on Phase 2 emergency rehabilitation of the Eco Bridge project, which is to begin on the 4th of June, the committee says it will ensure quality is priority for the construction of the bridge.
As this committee is concerned, we will make sure the quality of the job is not being compromised. And in fact, the contractor, made a commitment that bridge will last for the minimum of 25 years.
While inspecting the damaged Lagos Airport Flyover Bridge, the Third Mainland Bridge, Marine Beach Bridge, Apapa Oshodi Ojota Oworoshoki Road, the Director of Federal Highways Southwest told newsmen the delivery dates of reconstruction and rehabilitation projects remain unchanged.
Lagos is very critical, work is ongoing, and we are making the delivery dates as we have given you are still sacrosanct. Apapa Oshodi, by the grace of God, we are completing it this year. Lagos Ibadan is going to be completed by 2022.
The Committee on Works will be inspecting other projects in other southwestern states as the days go by. Sarah Ayeku, TVC News, Lagos.
Government of the United Kingdom has expressed interest in helping Nigeria fight the rising insecurity bedeviling the country. Head Governance, Conflict and Social Development British High Commission Abuja, Samuel Waldock, made this known in Sokoto when he paid a courtesy call on Sokoto State. Governor Aminu Tambuwal, the envoy, said the security threat in Sokoto and other northwestern region was worrisome and there is need for deliberate action to end the security challenges. The northwest states of Kaduna, Katsina, Zamfara, Sokoto and Kebbi are experiencing security threats that have made growth and development almost impossible. Responding, Governor Aminu Tambuwal commended the UK government for its willingness to help Nigeria. He also appealed for greater collaboration between Nigeria and the United Kingdom.
I want to welcome the commitment that the states made to sign up to the Open Government Partnership, which is an excellent step forward, and we urge other states to follow the path of confidence. So, Governor, thank you again for your time, and maybe we have more private conversation as well, but those are my opening remarks.
For the security and the general well-being of the people of Sokoto State and Nigeria in general, we can't thank you enough, and through you, the UK government, for your interest.
Welcome back. Now it is time for us to take a look at the headlines in the papers this morning. And of course, we are starting off with Vanguard. Scrap Senate, cut number of reps / federal government size, says Akere Dolu. We have a photo story here showing the CEO, Hairs Insurance, a couple of other people at the commissioning of Hairs Towers yesterday in Victoria Island, Lagos. Attacks on INEC offices won't stop 2023 poll, says Buhari. Buhari has done what other Nigerian presidents have not, says Lai Mohammed. Some NASS members demanded bribe for CAMA bill amendments, says Khan president. Bandits demand 110 million naira for abducted Islamia pupils in Niger State. Gulak Ohaneze takes on ACF over advice on travel to Southeast. To the top of the paper, we have CBN intervened in textile to halt $4 billion annual forex flight. Emefiele. Moving on from Vanguard, we go to The Nation this morning as well. We have Buhari to arsonists, killers, agitators. I will shock you. A photo story here showing our President Muhammadu Buhari at Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Chairman Professor Mohammed Yakubu yesterday at the during a meeting with the President at the Presidential Villa in Abuja yesterday. Insecurity won't define our administration, says federal government. At the bottom of the paper, we have Amotekun arrests suspected body parts dealer in Ibadan. 6 killed in Kaduna. And to the top of the paper, we have anti-graft war, customs CG, top officers to declare assets. Controversy over NECO registrar's death, governors and others mourn. Moving on from The Nation, we have This Day. Promoters of insurrection are in for a rude shock, says Buhari. A photo story here showing the headquarters of Heirs built at the inauguration that held yesterday. Southeast's governors charged security agencies to unravel Gulak's assassination. That's all we can take in the covers of the papers for this morning. Stay with us because next up is fitness. Why are you looking lost?
Lost? No, she was actually asking me something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's because you wanted to know what she's asking, and I'm not
Don't mind that.
you.
Big boom.
Don't worry. Don't worry. You need information, Abby. You need it.
Okay.
You take it back.
Anyway,
that's
let's
another
quickly
thing that is going on. I feel like we break into groups here. Now, before everyone gets confused, it's time for us to tell you what's up and about. And I know MM
as usual.
There's actually no gist here. I just stumbled on a Twitter, on someone's tweets recently about how mothers should stop using makeup on their kids.
Very important.
To enhance their cuteness or whatever it is you're trying to do. And I just felt that it's something that we should talk about. Why are you giving Tokwe the side eye?
She's not giving me side eye.
Why are you giving the side eye?
So I know the average thing is, why should children be made up? Allow them enjoy their innocence. This, that. But
are you kidding me at this moment?
I don't agree. So,
I can't even believe
when you're at home,
you're
making up in front of your child. Children experiment with makeup from as young as they are able to hold things. It's just like toys. My issue with it, however, is when you now make up the child for a photo shoot or to take the child out. But the child playing with makeup, to me,
nobody's
is
talking
no
about
big
playing
deal.
with makeup. No, we're not talking
Playing
about
with makeup and wearing your child makeup.
Now, that's one, too. You know we have child models. We have child models.
Okay,
and let's not deceive ourselves. If you want to bring somebody in front of TV, especially for pictures and anything, the person has to have some powder,
a bit of lip gloss.
It's makeup.
No,
we are talking about makeup.
Mary, we're talking about when your child has a photo shoot and you put pink lipstick or put eyeshadow
or lashes.
There
for
are
the
some
child.
cultures that from birth go, you have, I think it's Tiro, they call it.
That's different.
That you put, but it's
Mary,
makeup.
can I move my shoe and flog you now?
Sugar.
No, but why you guys make it look like these things are not makeup?
Let me explain to you where I'm coming from, because we talked about this in the makeup room. For example, my sister's kid had cultural day in school. And after wearing her the attire, she saw the need to give her matching red lipstick and matching red eyeshadow. And that was because she was like, oh, mommy, put that your red lipstick for me. And I'm like, and you don't need to. And she's like, no, let me just put it for her because she wants it. Now, it's as tiny as that that makes the child to start to think that, oh, for me to look good, I need to enhance it.
You see, that's where the problem is. That mentality is where the problem is. Do you really think makeup enhances beauty?
It actually does.
I've always believed that the person's beauty is actually inner. There are people I know that, in fact, I've told you before, and I know I've told you, that you look a lot better without makeup.
I know that.
Makeup just makes you look picture perfect, especially for pictures and the rest. See, this thing is just part of beauty industry. That's the way I look at it.
But look at, no.
Do you know there are children that now paint their nails from like 12, 11? There are children, yes, from 12, 11. If any child of mine should try.
Well, do you understand?
Oh, wow, really?
Exactly.
Wow.
I'm just saying that. I'm
look,
saying that when you were growing up, did your mother put makeup for you at 7?
See, when I was growing up, until date that I know, my mom doesn't use makeup.
So do you
moment I'm not on TV,
do you
I don't use makeup
for your child?
That's what I'm saying. That it's even my child gets irritated when she sees makeup on me. Not even her own face.
All right. So it turns out that you both have taken over this discussion from 2 different angles.
Well, you asked our opinion.
No, of course, definitely, which I appreciate very much. At this point, that's all on what's up and about.
But please let us know what you think. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Question
and then there's another question I would also like to know your thoughts on social media. At what age should you expose your child to social media, or at what age should they have access to social media? Please let us know. We're waiting for your comments on social media.
Please, your child should not wear makeup. Say that one first.
Welcome back, people. You're still on to Wake Up Nigeria. And, of course, with me in the kitchen this morning is Chef Blossom. Hey, hey, hey.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you again. Yes,
Thank you.
We are going local.
Very local.
On the show this morning. What are we making?
So we're making beans cake, popularly known as akara.
I love it. Let's talk about the ingredients.
Okay, we have our peeled beans already.
Okay.
I used the brown beans. Some persons will want to use the whites.
Why?
I don't know. For
same
some reasons.
taste, right? Like
same
it's
taste,
same
yes.
end with same results at the end of the
some
day.
people, my mom will tell you, don't use honey beans for akara.
Why not?
So that one is more expensive, and so you shouldn't waste it on akara. I don't know. And I think this one swells better.
Oh, okay.
Yes, for akara.
Okay.
And we have our scotch bonnet.
Okay.
Atarodo. We have our salt to taste. We have our mashed seasoning cubes. We have our habanero pepper. We have our onions and our oil to fry. We're going to be having it deep fried.
Okay, and I see oats here.
Oats to serve on the side.
Well, contrary to what Blossom might think, I still believe that the best dish to go alongside your akara is pap. Ogi.
Or custard. Some persons will like it.
Oh, I love my ogi. Nothing can replace ogi, as far as I'm concerned.
What about milk? So
okay, so you are actually using the milk for the oatmeal,
yes, for the oats here.
All right, great. So how does this process begin?
Okay, so we'll be using our blender to blend.
Okay, we can't do that here,
yes.
But let's explain the process for our blending our beans.
Okay, well, we're going to toss our beans into the blender. Some of you, if you don't have a blender, use the regular machine they use. We go out to blend. We use our blender to blend this one. Then the only thing that goes in the beans for the akara is this bell pepper.
Okay, then the onions?
The onions doesn't go in.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
What about the
chopped pepper?
In a little bit of this.
Okay.
I also like some chops as well.
Oh.
So you could have this fresh raw feel in the akara.
Okay, okay.
So that's just about it. This goes in, and then a part of this goes in to blend. Yes.
Let me share my little secret with you when making akara.
Please.
So there are 2 ingredients that I don't joke with when making akara.
Onions.
My cinnamon and ginger.
Okay.
There's a certain taste that cinnamon gives to your akara. Oh my God. Mind-blowing, guys.
Some persons are very, they react to cinnamon. Some persons,
oh, yeah? Oh, really?
That's why I like to play safe.
Play
I don't
safe,
want to just
experiment.
Experiment.
Yeah, well, that's
some persons use crayfish, so sorry.
Yeah, I use crayfish as well.
Too,
I do. And well, that's the fun thing about cooking. You could allow your imaginations run wild. Have fun. It's food, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody. Okay, so if you're just joining us on the show with me this morning is Chef Blossom. And as usual, she always brings this blossoming smile. We love it. We love it.
Thank you.
Anyways, we are making akara on the show for you today. If you don't know how to make akara, well, we have her here, and she's going to, you know, take us through the recipe. All right. So right now, let's toss our ingredients in the blender while we run through them once again. So while you're getting the blender, I'm just going to go through the ingredients. So for our akara this morning, we have our beans. Is it olotu, abi olonyi?
This is not olonyi. Olonyi is the smallest one. If you can check very well, you see that this is a bit big.
Okay. So you don't know.
Olonyi is really small.
Oh, okay. Anyways,
they call it drum, yes.
Drum.
They call it
well,
drum.
We have our beans here, which has already been shredded. We have our pepper, we have salt, seasoning cubes, onions, our habanero, and vegetable oil. Yes. So this is a very easy recipe. We're going to blend all of that together.
Some places use red oil, palm oil to fry the akara.
Oh, really?
Yes, this for health benefits, though. They said.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I will want that.
And I think some people also like the color that it gives your akara, because it gives it a certain color.
Talking about color.
Glistens.
Yes, talking about color. That is why I like to use it.
Oh, yes. It makes it red.
Reddish,
oh,
yes.
This is, oh, really? Interesting. I had no idea. I see some akaras, they look very, very red and inviting, actually.
That's what they use for it. Some person also want to use shombo, other long
ones. Those long shombo,
yes.
like chili peppers.
Yes, chili peppers.
Who would have thought? Nice.
So like you said, you use your ginger. I want to use my ginger, but just playing safe for some persons.
There's some people that don't like ginger or garlic.
Or garlic.
Well, I like to have all of those herbs in there, you know, to just give it that extra nutritional, benefits and all of that, basically. Okay, so now that so we're gonna put in our onions next, right?
No.
Okay, we're not using the onions. Yes, so there's a certain hack usually that works with your frying of akara. So when you toss in your akara and then you like put in the onions, right? It gives like that extra flavor. I know.
But that's actually after you mix with the chopped one. So you actually have the onions in the akara.
Yes,
that's just for.
I think it's just that extra flavor that it adds to it.
Yes.
But there's something that it actually does to your akara. Whether you put in it or you put it when you're frying your akara. Same old, but still same. Anyways.
Some persons also like to use the powdered beans, like the one we use for, what do we use it for?
Anyways, we're tossing in all of the ingredients in there. We have our pepper going in next, and what else going in?
Blend.
And we're going to blend and then start frying. But hey, we're not going to do this without you. We need you to be a part of this process. So stick around, people. For now, we have Health on the Couch with Mary.
Gosh, Ma'am, you look like Michael Jackson. I couldn't resist. You're so pretty. Okay, it's time for us to talk nutrition, and I have another pretty lady right next to me. And today on the nutrition segment, we'll be talking about not just the usual tips to a healthier lifestyle, but focusing on babies this time. It's funny how we're talking so much about babies these days on the show, but I find it very exciting. And to do justice to that is Ineka Ogboy. She is a baby food entrepreneur with a certificate in child nutrition from the University of Windsor, Canada. We'll be discussing healthy diets with less processed food for babies. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely our pleasure. Now, when we talk about healthy food for babies, especially when you're trying to avoid all the packaged processed food, it can be a challenge for a mother. We're going to start off from 6 months, like introducing food to baby, right?
Yes.
Please, how do we go about that? What's the best route?
Okay, so there's a lot of information out there concerning the first 6 months of life, which is the period of exclusive breastfeeding.
Yeah.
Everybody's familiar with that. But after that, there's a lot of confusion. People don't know where to start, what to give, what to offer their kids and in what amount. So there's just so many questions for moms or parents around that time. So there are many options that you can offer your child, and the best way to go is with home-cooked meals, because these are meals that your child is eventually going to end up eating with the rest of the family. So it's easy on the rest of the family. They're easily accessible, and especially if they're locally grown, you can get them when they're in season, so they're full of nutrients and all of those things. So it's easy to focus on the staples that your family uses regularly and just kind of incorporate that into your child's diet.
From 6 months? People usually say, no, you can't give the child rice yet. no, you can't give the child this or that. No, it's best to give the child this stuff. And it can be really frustrating, especially for a parent on a budget.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So what usually happens is there's this idea that there's special baby food, and there really isn't. Baby food is just food. It's just that you have to present it to your kid in a way that your child can accept it, can absorb it, and would like it. So, for example, at 6 months, they probably prefer the foods to be blended, to be pureed, so that it's easier for them to swallow and digest, versus, you know, the whole foods in the whole form. Some people go with that route as well, which is called baby-led weaning, where they offer the foods in its whole form. But many babies enjoy and prefer the pureed foods.
Does it affect the child if you offer it in the solid form? Say, for example, the way you cook rice, but instead of cooking it in the chewy manner, you make it really soft. Is it a problem?
It's not a problem.
Are
so
you
basically, the most important thing is the nutrients that the child is getting from the foods.
Okay.
There are some babies who at 6 months will prefer the food in the whole form. So if you give them the blended ones, they will actually reject it. They don't want it. So you have to pay attention to your child and know what your child is trying to tell you.
So where we're going is the way to go. That very soft beans.
Yes, you can go ahead with things like that. The only things that are off limits for, you know, the age of 6 months is honey. Because, yes, honey
Still
is...
honey?
Yes,
Even
they can't
though the
have
child
honey.
is up to 6? Oh,
yes,
wow.
you can't have honey until the age of 1 because they can actually get infected from it.
Okay.
Also, you want to be careful about hard foods, so hard, like nuts, things that can cause them to choke. So you want to be careful about things like that. Okay. But other foods, soft foods that are cooked, steamed, nothing is off limits.
Okay, so on a lighter note, Gary is all right?
I wouldn't suggest starting with Gary, but you know, at the age of 6 months, a child does need energy in their diet. So you want to introduce your carbohydrates, your starch.
Like eba. You can introduce it like eba with soup.
You can do that.
But really soft eba.
Really soft. You can do potatoes. You can do yam, plantain, beans. These are all great sources of complex carbohydrates that your child needs to get energy from.
I'm glad you've mentioned yam, beans, and the rest, because I really wish you could give me at least 20 food items locally sourced.
There are so many.
Please, I need this, because many parents are going through a lot, trying to find the perfect food for their children.
Yes.
And at some point, you find yourself having to buy processed food that is expensive, or even the imported food, because somebody tells you, oh, this is much better for your child, not knowing that you can get these things locally. So please, just tell me. So
basically, you want to, like I mentioned, you want to focus on the nutrition that your child needs. So for example, babies at that age have an energy requirement, so from your carbohydrates. Rather than looking for some imported, which are usually expensive, as you've mentioned, think about where you can get carbohydrates in Nigeria. Africa is blessed with a variety of foods. We have a lot growing in our soils. So just think about what you offer in your house, because that's what's going to be sustainable for you as a family. So we're talking rice, yam, beans, plantain, potatoes. There are so many options. Grains, all our corn and millets. We have all those grains, oats. There are so many options. Yes, exactly. So those are good sources of energy, good sources of carbohydrates. Also carbohydrates, you can also get that energy from some fruits as well because of the sugars present in them. So there's so many things that are available for children. You don't necessarily have to go out and buy those ones because, again, when they say, oh, dollar has gone up, then you're looking at your pocket and you're like, I can't afford this. Do you now reduce the amount of food that you're offering your child? No, your child still needs to eat very well. So it's better to look for things that are grown locally that you can sustain.
So that also brings me to something else. Some parents actually subsist, like let's say I want to give my child the blended food, you know, the processed food that I make on my own at home. And then I feel the need to add milk powder. By milk powder, I'm not talking about the regular milk, of course. I'm talking about the baby food.
Yes.
So is it all right? Do I need to add that?
So from 6 months, especially if a mother is no longer breastfeeding, if a child is on formula, then yes, you should be including that because milk, their breast milk or formula still remains a very important part of their diet up until the age of 2. So even if you're preparing these foods which are complementary to breast milk or formula, you still need to add that component. Yes, so you prepare the formula as you normally would and serve it with the foods. The child should also be drinking breast milk or formula throughout the day.
Wow,
Yeah.
this has been very, very educational. I must say a big thank you to you. It's such a pleasure having you on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so that's about it. I feel like I've learned a lot, and I'm sure you have too. We'll take this break. Wake Up Nigeria continues in a bit.
Welcome back, people. You're still on to Wake Up Nigeria. And of course, here with me in the kitchen is Chef Blossom. And this morning, we are making bean cake, and it's otherwise known as akara.
Yes.
Yes. So let's run through the ingredients and let's go.
Okay, we have our blended beans already. Then I blended with the blender, the electric blender. So you don't want to blend it too soft.
Let's talk about what's in here.
Okay, sorry. We have red bell pepper in it and the scotch bonnet. That's the atarodo in the beans. So we have our onions. I'm going to chop them. We have our Maggi
Seasoning
cubes. We have our salt, vegetable oil to deep fry. And that's about it.
Okay. And then we have our oatmeal that we'll be taking alongside our akara when it's ready. Okay. So there's this, with using the blender to blend your beans, is there any extra thing that you need to look out for? Because sometimes when I do, it doesn't come out smooth.
No, for akara, you don't want to blend smooth. Yes.
Oh, really?
You don't want to blend smooth for akara, yes.
Okay.
It's for moi you want to blend smooth.
Ah,
yes.
Okay. So we're not going for that fine paste. We're just going for in
not
between.
Not so smooth, not so rough.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, great. All right. So we're just waiting for our pan to heat up, and then we'll pour in our vegetable oil, which we're going to use for our akara. I think it's hot enough now, I think.
Yes.
Do you need me to pour in the oil?
Yes, please.
Okay,
thank you.
So we have our vegetable oil here, and here we go. So with akara, I think you need to use a lot of vegetable oil, because more of a deep fry.
So you have this round feel.
Okay. Now, when let's talk about the amount of water that you need to put in your beans.
Okay, for the
when
beans,
blending.
you don't need so much water. Sorry.
Okay.
This is a bit hot. You don't need so much water for the beans. You just need to
add a little bit of water.
Yes,
oh, the onions. So sorry about that. Take a little bit of salt. That is one hack for you.
Really?
So usually when slicing onions and then you start to get teary, just take a little bit of onion and salt. Sorry.
Okay.
It helps.
Wow.
You feel better?
Yeah, I feel better. That's true. And that's one hack for you guys.
That is one hack for you people. Yes, that happens all the time. So whenever you're feeling teary while using your onions, just put in just a little bit of salt. I'm not asking you to go out and use a handful. No, just a little bit. Okay, so now we're waiting for our oil to heat up and then we'll put in our onions, right?
Yeah. No. You're putting your onions in here.
Oh, we're putting our onions in here.
Yes.
Oh, so you're chopping them into small pieces.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I see. Are we also chopping the pepper?
Yes.
Okay. We're also going to do that. Okay. Fantastic stuff happening here in the kitchen. What inspired you to make akara this morning, though?
Nothing really. I just wanted to go a bit local and do something very
different.
Quick. Yes, and it's a very easy meal to make.
Yes, it is. You know, growing up, there were two things that I really used to run away from. Okay, maybe three, actually. 3 different dishes that I run away from. So, ekpan koko.
Okay.
Yes.
What was that?
I love ekpan koko, but I run away from it.
The process.
Akara. Yes. And moi moi.
Mine was breadfruit. Do you know breadfruit? Ukwa. They call it ukwa.
Oh, okay.
I don't like the process of peeling, having to remove the skin.
Are you serious?
Crazy, yes.
You see? All those processes, I run away from it. But now, akara is my regular go-to. If I'm not having English breakfast, akara is my plan B.
In Nigeria, most Saturdays people make akara.
Akara, yes, yes. And then you have, you know, the woman next door who's, you know, making so much money from akara and ogi because, you know, it's your usual, you know, Saturday breakfast. Especially for Saturdays where you have worked all through the week and you're tired. You just want to eat. You're not in the mood to cook. Just, okay, you know what, madam, can I have 15 naira? Can I have 100 naira? And then, you know, get it sent to you, even though beans is quite expensive now. Oh, okay. Let's not even talk about that. But anyways, let's see if our oil is heating up yet. Okay. I'm just going to throw in a little bit of onions. Okay, we're still going to give it a little bit of time. Let that oil heat up. Fantastic. If you're just joining us on the show, people, I'm with Chef Blossom, and this morning we are making akara. Yes, and we already have blended our akara. Here we have our beans in here. We have bell peppers, red bell peppers. We have, what else do we have in here?
We have our habanero pepper. Okay, we have our Scotch bonnet.
Okay. Anyways, they're right there on your screen. Grab a pen and a paper. If you don't know how to make it, we're here for you. We have our salt, onions, oatmeal, which will be taken alongside the akara once it's ready. We have our beans, which has been peeled. We have our pepper, real bell peppers, seasoning cubes, and our vegetable oil, which we are going to deep fry our akara in. Fantastic stuff happening here in the kitchen and on the show. Let's see. Okay, so we are going to throw in our onions right now, yeah?
Yes, but I want to chop the pepper first.
Okay, we're going to chop in our pepper.
Yes.
Okay, so what Chef Blossom is trying to do here is, you know, add a little bit of something to, you know, make it fill up the akara, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you have that. You also have that crunchy feel when you're eating your akara. Fantastic. For those of you that don't like pepper, try to, you know, use your your sense.
You might want to blend it as well.
What, the pepper, right?
Yes, but don't blend too small. Just grate.
Okay. And who says we could either go big or small when making your akara? For me, I use ginger, garlic, crayfish, and a little bit of cinnamon, just to give it that, you know, little. There's a certain taste and flavor it gives to my akara. So it gives it that exotic feel, but then yet I'm not missing out on the local feel as well. So it's in between somewhere, but it's really nice. Cinnamon also has some really amazing health benefits, guys. You need to check up on it. And I mean, you have your ginger and garlic as well, but one thing they all do for your immune system is they boost it up. They all act as antioxidants, very healthy as well. So yeah, let's check up our oil again to see if it is hot and ready to go. Okay, so it's heating up really nicely.
This one has to do if your oil
is hot. Yes, you just toss in a little bit of onions.
On the oil, you know, it's hot.
And then let's not also forget that there's also a certain flavor that, you know, your onion gives to your oil.
Yes.
And whatever it is that you're cooking, so if you're frying your meats or your akaras, we are, you know, about to do, just toss in your onions, throw it in. It gives that certain flavor, that extra flavor that it needs.
Garlic does the same thing too.
Sorry?
Garlic does the same thing.
Yeah, garlic. Even garlic is like, that's the word. Like, you know, you have no words for it. You know, there's a certain flavor that some of those, you know, herbs and spices give to your meal. That's just, yeah.
Okay,
like,
so we won't
not
mix
literally
now.
though.
So I was going to tell you about mixing. You know, in the other times when our mom used to make akara, they use this mortar to mix it.
Yeah.
So you notice your mom keep mixing it very well.
Yeah.
And that's to put some air, putting some air into the akara.
Oh, so that it swells.
It swells.
Oh.
So I'm going to use the whisk.
Okay.
To do that.
Okay. Well, if you cannot afford a whisk, just know that you'll have to dedicate some time and energy and work into, you know, stirring. So, yeah, go ahead. Okay. So this just makes the process faster. But if you don't have this, you can use your that stick they use in turning gari.
Yes, to turn.
Yeah, you could use that, you know, to mix it in
because you need some air to make the akara very light and fluffy.
Oh, that's what makes it lighter.
Light, yeah.
You know, I didn't know that. Whoa. Wow. Interesting.
So we have to take this slowly.
Okay. So because it's peeling up, right? Okay. Nice. So you want to give it a little bit of whisk?
Yes, I want to reduce.
Okay. So how long is this going to take?
I say 5 minutes.
Wow, 5 minutes. That's a long time. Oh.
Well, we can do 3 minutes. Okay, the oil is hot now.
Yeah, our oil is heating up already. Okay. Okay.
I think we just done.
Okay. At this point, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's just, mix all of that in. And so have you added your salt and seasoning cube to it?
No, not yet.
Okay.
So the pepper goes in first.
Okay. And then what's next?
Onions, yes.
All right. Here you go.
We don't want to pour everything because we'll toss in
So,
some.
guys, you need to take note that our onions are finely chopped into very tiny pieces. You don't want, to chunk up your akara with, big chunks of onions. Chop them up really nicely so that, when you're biting on your akara, it's not too much in your mouth. All right, great stuff happening here on the show. And we still have Tokwe and Mary on the couch. Let's know what's going on social media. I want to hear those thoughts of yours on, some of those comments and what we talked about on our WhatsApp and about. Tokwe?
Thank you, MM. I can't wait to see what that akara pans out to be. But we're going to be looking at what's happening on social media streets, starting off with the people who are our favorite ardent Facebook viewers. So I'm giving you a shout out this morning. We have Olarewaju Ekonla Nibaola. Morning House, morning. Pascal Lee says good morning, right back at you. Sixtus Egbo, good morning. Constance Iyasara, I hope I got it. I didn't get it. Please pardon me. Good morning, Wake Up Nigeria crew. Good morning, right back at you. Oh, yes. And then I asked you all to share your comments on the topics that we are talking about, which, of course, is at what age should your child be exposed to makeup? Now, we have Silva. Now, we've moved on to Twitter. Silva says, a child can access the social media. Okay, this is social media. A child can access the social media at any age, but there should be restrictions. And as a parent, you should enlighten them about things that happen on the media, good and bad. Oyebola says, good morning, Lagos. 15 is the rightful age, in my opinion. At that age, the kid will have the idea on the advantages and disadvantages of it. Benjamin says 10 years old, but he or she should be subjected to parental control. Gray Majek says at the age of 12. While I proceed to move on to at what age, we talked about this in What's Up and About, and we were asking what age should your children be allowed to wear makeup at an early age. And Idom Makanaki says, no, why you go put makeup for small pikin face? Silva still says, I don't support putting makeup on kids. They are kids. Let them do kid stuff. And when they become adults, let them do adult stuff. Emobo says, should that even be a thing? Why doing that to a kid? Please still come on our social media streets and share your thoughts and comments with us on what you think. Do you think a child should be your child or children should wear makeup at early ages, or do you think they should progress? I can see Mary laughing at me. Mary, what do you have to say about this?
I don't have anything to say. I've already said all I want to say about it. The reality is, unless you're a child model or you must wear makeup, I don't see why a child should wear makeup anyway. So
okay. We still have this on our social media streets. Use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC, at TVC Connect on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Let us know what you think. It is top of the hour, and you're definitely not going anywhere because we have 45 minutes of top-notch family entertainment for you. We will be welcome back. Now, we are still here because we know that a mere hour can never be enough for all the things we always bring to you here on Wake Up Nigeria.
A wise person.
That's not you. That's not you. That's not you. That's not you.
A wise person once said, I am wiser than her. No, that's not what the wiser person said. Conquer the morning and you have conquered the day.
We wise people don't go pointing fingers at people who aren't wise, but it's okay. We like to think we do our bit to really make sure your morning starts right. All we require is that you tune in to TVC the moment you get out of bed. Sit back, relax, and we take it from there.
We took our time figuring out all the things that get us going as Nigerians. You will find almost, if not all of them, on Wake Up Nigeria. That's we owning it. We know what we're talking about.
Yes, and that is what we mean when we say we are the one-stop show for all things beautiful and entertaining.
Bam. And educating. Let's not forget that.
Yes.
Because our ability to learn, grow and expand our knowledge bank, that is what sets us apart. And it has earned us the title of higher animals.
Yes, now talking about higher animals and some animals that are lower that we put in the kitchen. Now the kitchen has been a hub of sizzling and delicious activity as usual. We have the delectable Chef Blossom and the fire breather.
I thought you said I was cutting candy.
Oh yeah, cutting candy. I'm going to take that back.
Yes.
Don't mind that, Jerry.
I'm wondering what Chef Blossom is waiting for. Instead of her to just go ahead and start frying the sakara, she doesn't know that some of us here are hungry. Auntie, please, start the process for the frying. Thank you very much.
So I think Tokma meant shorter animal, not lower animal. Tokma, stop it.
Wow.
Be careful. Usage of words.
All right. Shorter animals.
Understand that we have about 45 minutes more to go, and we would like very much for you to be a part of it, okay? My name is Mary Bashua Alimi. I almost said our name is...
It was our. Please, and I remain your one and only Talkback Olowoniyo. Now, remember, you can stream the show live if you're on the move at tvcentertainment.tv. And you can also watch us live from Facebook. Just go to TVC Connect in your search column. Also at Wake Up Nigeria. You see us right there.
Yes, that's right. And of course, you know, we will always give you the very best every day. Don't forget to follow us at TVC Connect because there's a whole lot more beyond the show. Besides the other shows we have on TVC, there's a whole lot more that you can catch up on at TVC Connect, okay? That's on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget that as well.
Yep, and now we have 45 minutes. Mary, do you want to tell them what we're going to be starting off with?
Yes.
For relationships, Sandra Odufaderi, who is a marriage and relationship expert and a radio presenter, will be letting us know at what point do you seek help in your relationship or in marriage.
So what's with the necking? Remember back then when necking, anybody that couldn't neck was not a cool person.
New dance. This
challenge. I never
we need to do it.
Yeah.
I know East Flash did it and their necks were like
a gamma lizard.
I'm sure when we do it, Mary, even if we teach her 100 times, she will still not get it right.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
No, how about you prove us wrong?
By doing what?
Getting it right.
So you can laugh more. I always say it on radio that when they want comic relief on social media, then they will just say, Mary, can you dance for us?
Because no matter, even when, remember we're doing this challenge of dancing, doing a dance the bad way. And she didn't have to try. She just did it effortlessly. Sorry.
Okay. I saw, okay, we have to run off now to
You're always
find
seeing
some
things.
facts.
I wish I could hear what you
so much.
Yes, I have eyes everywhere, but for now, let's find some facts.
Welcome to the news update on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Talkback Olowoniyo. The House of Representatives Committee on Works is in Lagos to conduct an on-the-spot assessment of the road projects under construction in the southwestern parts of the country. The team says in the inspection, which is part of their oversight functions as lawmakers, is to ensure all projects are completed before the expiration of President Buhari's administration. Sarah Ayeku reports.
This is a routine check on road infrastructure in the southwestern part of Nigeria. The first stop is Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria. The House of Representatives Committee on Works hopes to address funding, technical and other issues affecting quality and speedy completion of road projects in Lagos State. After taking briefings from the Ministry of Works, the committee could not agree more that Lagos State deserves more roads because of its importance to the economy of Nigeria and West Africa.
Lagos is very important in Nigeria. It is the commercial and business nerve center of the entire West Africa. So that's why Lagos is very critical, it's very key. It has the two major seaports and the biggest international airports in the nation. So Lagos deserves more road connections, special concession. And that's why we are really paying more attention for Lagos State.
The Chairman House of Representatives Committee on Works says the National Assembly is committed to providing adequate funding for all road projects in Lagos before 2023. Speaking on Phase 2 emergency rehabilitation of the Eco Bridge project, which is to begin on the 4th of June, the committee says it will ensure quality is priority for the construction of the bridge.
As this committee is concerned, we will make sure the quality of the job is not in compromise. And in fact, the contractor, made a commitment that bridge will last for the minimum of 25 years.
While inspecting the damage, Lagos Airport Flyover Bridge, the Third Mainland Bridge, Marine Beach Bridge, Apapa Oshodi Ojota Oworoshoki Road, the Director of Federal Highways Southwest told newsmen the delivery dates of reconstruction and rehabilitation projects remain unchanged.
Lagos is very critical, work is ongoing, and we are making the delivery dates as we have given you are still sacrosanct. Apapa Oshodi, by the grace of God, we are completing it this year. Lagos Ibadan is going to be completed by 2022.
The Committee on Works will be inspecting other projects in other southwestern states as the days go by. Sarah Ayuku, TVC News, Lagos.
Government of the United Kingdom has expressed interest in helping Nigeria fight the rising insecurity bedeviling the country. Head Governance, Conflict and Social Development British High Commission Abuja, Samuel Waldock, made this known in Sokoto when he paid a courtesy call on Sokoto State Governor Aminu Tambuwal. The envoy said the security threat in Sokoto and other northwest region was worrisome and there is need for deliberate action to end the insecurity challenges. The northwest states of Kaduna, Katsina, Zamfara, Sokoto and Kebbi are experiencing security threats that have made growth and development almost impossible. Responding, Governor Aminu Tambuwal commended the UK government for its willingness to help Nigeria. He also appealed for greater collaboration between Nigeria and the United Kingdom.
Welcome the commitment that the states made to signing up to the Open Government Partnership, which is an excellent step forward, and we urge other states to follow the path of confidence. So, Governor, thank you again for your time, and maybe we have more private conversation as well, but those are my opening remarks.
For the security and the general well-being of the people of Sokoto State and Nigeria in general, we can't thank you enough, and through you, the UK government, for your interest in Sokoto State.
That's all we can take on the news updates for Wake Up Nigeria for today. But we have Mary standing by for sports news. Okay, now still on social media streets, we are looking at the topic that we talked about during What's Up and About in Lagos, or What's Up and About in the world, literally. Would you, what's your take on children having makeup at early ages? And I'm going to go in through comments that we have. Here we have Dinatu, and Dinatu says, it's a no for me. It makes them look older than their age and also a distraction for them. Francis Inameke Azubike says, I honestly do not subscribe to it. I feel it takes the child's innocence away by building an unconscious reliance on artificial beauty. Vivian Omare says, it's wrong to wear a child makeup. It's like taking their childhood away from them. Let's allow them to be children. Dawodu Halima says, I think a lot of times we project our desires, wants and likes onto the children. I just think it has a causal effect of building some sort of over-reliance on artificial aesthetics, but to each his own. Nice. Ndidi Chuku says, it's wrong putting makeup on children, okay? Adetunji Ogunkoya says, a child's skin comes to look is supposed to be at natural best. So, no need for makeup for what has not damaged, okay? Muhiba Hamed Olawumi says, it depends on the parents, but for me, I don't wear, so I can't wear for any of my female children, whether at teenage or adulthood. Damilola Emiya says, as a makeup artist and a mom, I would say makeup should only be used on kids occasionally, that is, on their graduation, birthday, or photo shoots. Magdalene Gabriela Akerele says, for me, it is wrong. If they are not of age and you are stressing them too, okay? Ima Bong Divine Eroma says, I don't subscribe to that. Sixtus Egbo says, hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. Good morning. Good morning. Back at you, Sixtus. Abdulaziz Abiola Abdulaziz says, it is totally wrong putting makeup on a child. I must say this conversation cannot be overemphasized. I'm sure we will still go on and on today about people's thoughts, about your thoughts. That's why you should jump on the conversation. Use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just type at TVC Connect and we would be right there. Now we're moving on to Twitter, still on the conversation. Silva says, I don't support putting makeup on kids. They are kids, let them do kid stuff. And when they become adults, let them do adult stuff. Kotun Tunde says, they don't need it at their age. Our responsibility at the time is to protect and prepare them for smooth journeys in life. No. Oh, sorry. Idom Makanaki says, no. Why you go put makeup for small pikin face? Emoabo says, should that even be a thing? Why doing that to a kid? We definitely are still here waiting for your comments. We want to know what you think. As I said earlier, use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TVC Connect. Should you put makeup on your kids? We're going on a break. When we come back, we have our very last conversation, and it's the relationship segment. At what point should you seek help? I'm sure you want to sit back, relax, because this is a conversation you do not want to miss. We will be right back.
Welcome back. Now we're on to some relationship discussion. And joining us is Sandra Odufademi. She's a relationship expert, marriage counselor, a radio presenter. Ooh, nice. And today we'll be talking about at what point do you seek help in your relationship or marriage. Welcome to the show, Miss Sandra. We have missed you.
Oh my God, it's like ages. I'm so happy to be back here again.
We're so happy to have you.
I missed everybody.
Let's dig right into it.
All right.
So, tell us about the importance of a marriage counselor in a marriage.
Now, marriage counselors are very, very important in the marriage because there are a lot of hidden things in marriage that you never expected. A lot of things come up in the process. People expect too much. But I don't necessarily advocate for marriage counselors. I also say people that you are comfortable with. Like in my own case, when I had issues, I didn't go for a marriage counselor. Okay. My husband's uncle and his wife bailed us out. Oh. Like the early stage of marriage, you know, a lot of things come up, you don't understand yourself, you were having issues, like, and then I always say it, I was like, oh, I can't take this, I need to leave this marriage. I just need to live my life. And somehow, I didn't tell anybody, but they got to know, and they held my hand through it. And they held my hand through, they held our hands through it, in the process of all we went through. And looking back 14 years down the line, I am... yeah.
I should probably be taking marriage lessons from you.
I am grateful I didn't walk away because things that I saw as a big deal, now I am not matured.
They're like...
You know, to handle it. So sometimes it's good. Your marriage counselor could even be your parents. It could even be your sister. It could be somebody that you treat. It has to be somebody
that you trust.
It doesn't have to be professional.
Okay.
Like, okay, marriage counselor. But at every point in your marriage, you need help. At every point,
in your
marriage. Need help.
Fantastic. Yeah. Now, let's break it down to some of these issues that it gets to a point where you're, like you mentioned, you couldn't take it anymore, which, of course, I can relate with. There's so many times that I told myself that, you know what, I'm going to give myself time to evaluate this relationship and see if it's good for me or not.
Yeah.
Now, let's break down those signs that you, as a couple, need to look out for before you decide to seek help.
Okay, marriage is a beautiful thing, sweet institution. You find out that when you're courting, you have all the best relationship, and you call yourself, you want to be together, you want to love each other. Now, after marriage, first few years, most people from studies have issues like misunderstanding, they don't understand intimacy. Like, I didn't know it was going to be like this. I didn't know I have to cook for him, and he wouldn't say thank you. And those days when I used to visit, he comes do breakfast in bed and all that. And then a lot of things, secrets and all that comes in. It's understandable. It's something you can manage. But where you should start looking out for red flags, when, one, you argue often. Okay. Argument is good. Sometimes you're watching football together, you're arguing. In fact, studies has shown that couples that argue, you know, on most things stay more stronger together than those that just keep to themselves. But where in a situation where you don't agree on anything anymore, all you do is fight on anything. Normally, one person will just laugh over it when you're arguing and you move on. Now you don't agree on it. Anything that person does, if the person cooks soup, you said is either there's no oil in the soup, or Maggi is too much, or the soup is too hot, or it's too cold. You know, you agree on everything is a red light. Okay. You need help because if it go on and on and on.
Escalate.
Tendencies are, human beings get tired of things easily. You get tired of yourself.
True. Now,
another aspect is intimacy in marriage. Don't get me wrong, intimacy in marriage, when you are both healthy, we have situations where husband and wife are having issues health-wise. There are some women that give birth, and after the childbearing, their hormone system has changed. They are not interested anymore in it. I know of a guy, the wife is having heart issues. He confided in me on both of them. 2 years, they've not had intimacy. A round of applause, I clap for such men who stand by their women in such situations. But where the relationship is healthy, you are not having health issues, everything is fine with you and your wife, and you stay 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, and there's no intimacy, is a red flag. There's an issue that you need to call for help. In such case, you either call for a marriage counselor, you talk to your parents, or you try to talk to you talk to yourself first. Naturally, I don't encourage third party in marriage. I don't. But when it's getting out of hand, then you need help.
Now that you have mentioned quite a few, I know that it's quite a long list. What are the questions that you ask your marriage counselor when you're at that point, or this person that's acting as a marriage counselor in this case? Because you've mentioned that you really don't, it's important to see someone that you feel comfortable with, that you trust to handle your issues. So what are the questions that you should ask as a couple?
Some people don't speak out. Like I said, in my own case, I didn't speak out. I just felt my husband was not understanding, he's wicked. Like, why do you have to be doing all this? So I wanted to walk away. Some don't speak out. But when you have to now speak out, if one of them is bold enough to speak out, one of the questions you should ask is, what have gone wrong? We used to be close to, we used to be doing stuff together. Now things have gone wrong. Now, if you are that kind of person that have hormonal issues, then you need to ask, why is this so? Why do I used to crave for this thing?
And you don't crave for it.
And now I don't crave for it anymore. And then for a marriage counselor that is reasonable and experienced, she should also introduce you to either see your doctor or a sex therapist that will help you, ask you what has happened along the line. What was it that your husband, you lost it at the point? You know, we need to go into details before we now start saying, is it hormone or is it even misunderstanding in the house? Because when there are no understanding between you and your partner, or you are not happy with somebody, for a woman, like I always say, a man can have intimacy with a woman he doesn't love. But a woman, the moment your wife starts cheating on you, as a man, your life is in danger.
You know, there's one thing, so as a couple, one person could decide that, okay, I think our marriage needs help, but the other person may not agree. He or she may feel that, okay, you know what, I think we are fine. How do you convince your partner that your marriage needs help or needs work?
That's why I said it's somebody that you love and you respect. It doesn't necessarily be the official word marriage counselor. You look at that partner, who does he respect among his peers? It might even be his friend. It might even be his parents. It might just be his brother or his sister. Look at the person he respects, speak to that person. My husband, we're going through this, we are not happy, there's no peace in the home anymore. And my husband doesn't seem to see anything wrong with it. And I'm sure, you know, like, you have some people, when they call you to order, you sit up. Now, such person will call the man to order. And then if the person is genuine, some people are not genuine. That's why I don't encourage third parties. Some people are not genuine.
Some people have motives.
Yeah, like I said, it was my husband's uncle. He first built my trust. He first made me to love them. Now, before he now started asking. And then whenever he wanted to talk to us, he doesn't judge. He doesn't take sides. He tells me my own faults. And he might not even tell me. He called his son in presence of me. I call him his son because he's been there for us. And then called me outside and said, Sandra, you know I love you. But that thing you did was wrong. Now, because I know he genuinely loved me, I just said, okay, I've heard, Uncle, I'll go and apologize. Now, you need to look for somebody that person loves and that person is free with to express. You don't force it. You don't force it because sometimes the person is actually fed up. Like, I just want to move on.
I just want to live my life. I just want that privacy again. I just want where somebody will not control me anymore. I want to live my life. But you need somebody that the person can trust, that the person loves to be submissive to. Another time, by the time you have grown it, definitely you will overcome it. You just look at it and you laugh and you're saying, oh, thank God we didn't walk away.
All right, quickly, we need to wrap this up.
Okay.
Must every marriage go through marriage counseling?
There are times that you could resolve it yourself.
Okay.
When in the situation where you could resolve it yourself, you try resolving it yourself, you don't, and you are able to overcome. You don't need marriage counselor. There are some couples, there are some marriages that the man is even more matured. He will tell you, this thing has to work. We are not going anywhere. I am standing on it, and we are not going anywhere. We have to resolve this. They resolve it themselves. But where it has gotten out of hand, is staying for 1 month, 2 months, problem is going on for 1 year, and both of you, another thing is keeping malice. Most couples are very good at that. They stay together, and they keep malice for so long. When it's getting to that stage, then you actually need help.
Talking about keeping malice, which is very similar to sabbatical.
Yeah.
Some marriage counselors will advise that, at the point where that marriage is in dangerous waters, they should take a break. What do you think?
Keeping malice and you're taking a break, I don't advise it.
Okay.
The only time I do encourage taking a break is when it's abusive. When the marriage becomes abusive. Okay. There's nothing in marriage that you cannot resolve. There are sometimes some couples even take a break in their own home. You just decide to leave the room and go to the visitor's room to stay for a while for you guys to sort out things. Not staying apart when you are already keeping malice. That means you are leading to the rock. But when you are staying together and, there is no issue, you say stay married, when there is no abuse, like the man is not physical, the man is not beating, the woman is not beating, they are not getting knife for each other, I don't advise taking a break. You can work it out.
You can work it out.
You can work
regardless.
It out. Regardless.
Any situation, regardless.
It doesn't matter the situation. Our parents survived it.
Whoa.
We should survive it. And I want to say it here, it doesn't matter whatever challenges your marriage is going through, you can overcome it. The angel is better than the devil you did not know. If I had left my husband then, I'm sure I'll be regretting now, because now he's not an angel.
Sandra, you are amazing. I mean, you are always a burst of energy every time that we have you on the show. Thank you so much. I'm sure that a lot of people who watched this session learned a lot from Sandra. Regardless of what your marriage is going through, make it work. Thank you so much, Sandra. So after all of this that we've taken away from you, we need to replenish you.
Oh,
so
my
please,
God.
over to the kitchen. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. This way.
All right. Welcome to the kitchen.
Yes.
Thank you.
Like Ellen said, James, we have to replenish you.
Thank you
Welcome
so
to
much.
the kitchen.
Thank you so much.
So,
thanks a lot.
Today's chef is
Okay, please.
Chef Blossom.
Yeah.
All right.
And she's made this delicious looking akara and oats. This is actually oats, by the way.
Yes. Thank God I'm not fasting.
Amen. Okay, so we're going to have you try it.
Yeah.
So that's the oats and the akara.
Okay. I can see that it's honey you put.
Yes, honey.
It's completely healthy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so dig in. We want your opinion on the akara especially.
All right. Yeah, while I was on the other side of the studio, I could hear her talking about the ingredients.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to binge watch on YouTube because I missed the process.
Yes. I hope you have more outside this.
This takeaway pack.
This tastes so nice.
You like it, huh? Fantastic.
Let's know what you think about the akara. You could use a fork, you could use a tissue.
There's a secret ingredient, honey.
Okay.
In the oats.
Oh, okay, I thought you meant in the akara.
No, in the akara.
I wanted to see
when it's not tortoise that we are talking about. You remember that? Honey akara.
This tastes so yummy.
Okay.
Lovely. Thank you. And there's no oil. Like, some people fry akara and you taste the oil. You can't taste it. How did you do that?
I mixed it with electric mixer,
to make it light
and fluffy.
Amazing.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Like today was our Wonder Woman Wednesday. It's always a blast. I'm MM. cool. We're not calling you fire breather. The cotton candy. What do you have to say?
Candy. She loves it. See how she's just smiling. Cotton candy.
All right, darlings. Have a fantastic day.
You too, darling.
All right. Always a pleasure. Bye.